What's up, y'all? It's your boy Tevin Jameer back at it again with another episode of the Hate It or Love It podcast. Now, I know I haven't been putting out episodes for the last few weeks, but to be honest, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I ain't been too motivated to make episodes. I just feel like there wasn't topics or things that I felt passionate enough to talk about as of lately. But this week, and you guys know I am a big Power fan. And this week, we had two pieces of information that came out that I said, you know what, this week I gotta make an episode because I gotta talk to other Power fans. I need to see like where everybody's head is at. So because the only topic for this episode really will be just Power, this ain't gonna be a long episode, but this is just me kind of like giving thoughts and opinions for things that's been said, and basically seeing and wanting to know what you guys think of it as well. So alright, so what was the pieces of information that we got? So alright, let me set the scene for y'all. I think it was Wednesday when they announced that we were getting actually no, before that I saw that Gary Lennon, and if you're a fan of Power then you probably know who he is. He was somebody that directed a couple of episodes in the original Power, and now he's the showrunner of book 4 Force. And he basically made a deal with Stars to where they would expand the universe more. And the first spinoff that they announced after making this deal was that we were going to get a young Ghost and Tommy show. And I was so hype when they announced this because I had so many thoughts about Raising Kanan, and some of my gripes with Raising Kanan really had to do with Breeze, Ghost, and Tommy, because at first it seemed like Raising Kanan was just going to be the complete prequel that shows the story of how Kanan got into the game and how eventually he got Ghost and Tommy into the game. And one thing that annoyed me with Raising Kanan was I was like, all right, bro, like it's kind of annoying that none of the Thomas family is starting to die off, because like I said, we were under the notion that Ghost, Tommy, and Breeze, or there's still a chance that Breeze will be introduced in Raising Kanan, but we were under the idea that Ghost and Tommy would be introduced in Raising Kanan. And not saying that they can't, because Raising Kanan could still lead into this new Ghost and Tommy show. But basically, y'all know what I mean. Like, we thought that this show would basically cover everything up to, book 1 pretty much. And after we got this news, it made me ask more questions. I was just sitting there like, all right, so is Raising Kanan about to end soon, and then that will lead into Ghost and Tommy's show? I didn't even finish talking about my gripes. So my gripes about Raising Kanan, like I said, I was kind of annoyed that the Thomas family wasn't dying. I was like, eventually you're gonna have to kill off, his mom, maybe his uncles. Like, you're gonna have to kill off some of the characters in Raising Kanan, because eventually we need to make room for Ghost, Tommy, and Breeze, and like some of the other people that we knew came up in their neighborhood in the original Power. And now that we know that this Ghost and Tommy show is going to happen, it kind of does stop me from having those gripes now about the shows. Like, now I can look back at Raising Kanan and not think like, man, we need to hurry up and make room for these newer characters. Like, now I know that this is completely Kanan's story. And yeah, I know his name is in the title, Raising Kanan, obviously, but I'm saying that now that we know Ghost and Tommy are going to get their own dedicated prequel series, then we don't have to worry too much about Raising Kanan and the timeline for that, because if they're smart, they're going to they're probably going to leave hints to Ghost and Tommy in the next few seasons of Raising Kanan, but we won't really delve too deep into their story until, their show comes out. So then it left me with a lot of questions. I was like, all right, so if we're going to get a young Ghost and Tommy spinoff, then I feel like Raising Kanan is about to reach like near the end of the series. Then that's how I saw it when I first saw the news. I was like, so maybe this next season is going to be the last season, or maybe they're going to give us 2 more seasons of Raising Kanan, like season 4 and season 5, and then they'll probably have Makai Curtis, Haley Kilgore, and anybody that survives Raising Kanan go to Ghost and Tommy's show. So the whole time that I'm seeing the news of Ghost and Tommy show, I'm sitting here thinking like, yo, it's either going to be Raising Kanan or Force that's going to end because, I know that Force, I love Force. Let me just say this. I love Force. Out of all the Power spinoffs, actually out of all the Power universe, it is my least favorite, but Force, I love Force. Don't get me wrong. When people was dogging the shit out of season 1, I still loved Force. So don't take this in a bad way when I say this, but I was thinking that either Raising Kanan or Force was going to get canceled or end soon to make room for this Ghost and Tommy show, because Raising Kanan, it kind of made sense since that's already a prequel show for Kanan, and then things could just easily lead into Ghost and Tommy show. Like, that's what made me think Raising Kanan was going to be on the chopping block, or either Force, to where now that it is somewhat getting a better reputation, people still like it the least out of all the shows. Even for people like me that loves Force, we do all admit that Force is the show that people like the least. So, I was either thinking it was going to be Raising Kanan or Force. Like, because in the back of my head, I'm like, why would Starz ever get rid of Ghost? Ghost is not my favorite spinoff. Raising Kanan is my favorite spinoff. If I rank the Power shows, Ghost is probably third behind the original Power and Raising Kanan. But I was like, why would Starz get rid of Ghost? Because that's their most popular Power spinoff. Like, that's the one that people pop out for. Like, even though a lot of people say that Raising Kanan is the best one, popularity wise, Ghost got it. And also, we got to remember that Ghost was basically served as the flagship show after the original Power. Like, Force obviously picks up still after the original Power, but they were pushing Ghost as the true sequel to the original Power. So I was like, I don't really see Ghost going anywhere, especially after season 3. Season 3 was such an amazing season, and to be honest, it's because of season 3 why I even rank Ghost over Force. Because before season 3, I thought Force was better than season 1 and 2 of Ghost. So season 3 definitely stepped up the show a lot, and that ending of season 3 had me thinking that, yo, I don't know where this is about to go, but it's about to get crazy. And you guys can even watch the episode. I think this is almost a year exactly from my last Power episode. It's called For the Power Fans. I'm probably going to link it down below or whatever. But that's an episode where I was talking about the season 3 finale, and I was talking about how crazy everything got at the end of it. I don't remember everything I exactly said, but yeah, because of season 3 of Ghost, and not even just the finale, but just the whole thing of season 3. I love season 3 of Ghost, and I even rank it up there with some of the original Power seasons. So, yeah, all in all, I'm just saying that I never thought that Ghost would be the one to end first out of all the spinoffs. And then that's when the next day came. This was Thursday. We get a teaser for Ghost, but I'm looking at the teaser and it says the final season. And I'm like, wait, am I reading this right? So I watch it again. It says the final season. I'm looking at this on Instagram. So I'm reading the description of the video, and it says final season. And I'm like, wait. They're ending this pretty soon. This is kind of abrupt. And I even sent it to my boy Al, who's also a big Power fan. And I sent it to him, and I was like, yo, like, they're kind of ending the show pretty quickly. Come to find out, like, an hour or two later, when I look back at Instagram again, that Michael Rainey Jr., who plays Tariq, said that he didn't even know that the show was canceled. And he said that he found out it was canceled the same time that we all did. Now, I do have my thoughts on whether I believe that he really didn't know or not, but I'm going to get to that later. But I was just like, yo, I cannot believe that Ghost is actually ending. I can't believe it. Because, and don't get me wrong, like I said, if it wasn't for season 3, Ghost would probably be my least favorite. I still like Ghost, but it still probably would be my least favorite. But I just didn't expect Ghost to end this soon, because like I said, it was the flagship show, it was the main one, it was the most popular one. So seeing that it was going to end like this was crazy. But then I saw articles where Stars is apparently going to separate from Lionsgate, and the way that Stars is trying to save money is by ending shows around the season 4 to 5 mark, so that they can still continue to make more power shows, but also saving money. Because apparently, and I'm more of a film person, I don't really know how contracts and stuff go for TV, but apparently when you reach that season 3 to 4 mark with TV shows, contracts got to be renewed, and basically actors want more money, and basically stuff like that. If you guys didn't grow up watching Disney Channel, it's kind of the same thing that happened with Disney Channel. Like, if you guys notice that most Disney Channel shows, even no matter how popular they are, like, they really got to be popular to get more than 3 to 4 seasons. But even with Disney Channel shows, like, they only last 3 to 4 seasons because of rules just like that. So that's why, looking back at it, I'm not as surprised that Ghost is ending, but at the same time, it's like, yo, I don't think Stars fully understand how popular Ghost is. For someone that loves Raising Kanan so much more, like, I love Raising Kanan. For someone that loves Raising Kanan so much more than Ghost, I don't think Stars really understand that Ghost was that show. I even have to admit that when it comes to popularity, Raising Kanan wasn't touching it. So for them to want to cancel this is kind of crazy. But also, I was like, all right, like, they're canceling Ghost, but we are getting a young Tommy and Ghost show. So I'm just like, all right, then, So that's the main thing I wanted to talk about. Is just like, yo, like, Ghost is really about to end. So now here's some of the information that we got about this final season. We got that they're splitting it into 2 parts, and people don't know the number of episodes, but I like to guess that we're gonna get 20 episodes, because a lot of people were saying they could have at least gave us a season 5. If we do get 20 episodes this season, that is basically like 5 seasons. So here's what my guess is as far as episodes. I looked on my calendar, on the calendar app. I looked at the calendar, and it lines up perfectly to where I think the premiere for this one is June 7th, which is also the 10-year anniversary of Power Universe starting. So, I'm going to celebrate that one. But June 7th, I counted on my calendar the 10 weeks. Once hold on, let me look back at the calendar real quick. So we got June 7th. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the 10th episode should premiere by August 9th. Now, Stars, they like to do their week breaks and stuff like that, but because this is broken up into 2 parts, I don't think they're going to give us a week break. I think they are just going to give us the 10 episodes outright. So if we do get the 10 episodes outright for part 1, then it's going to go up to August 9th. And that gives us 1, 2, 3, 4. That gives us basically a 3-week break, and then we come back September 6th, and we'll get hopefully another 10 episodes. It kind of lines up to where we could get 10 episodes, then get that 3-week break, and then we get another 10 episodes. That's how I feel like it's going to be. You never know. They might do 10 episodes and then probably pull like the original Power and just give us 5, because that's kind of what they did with the original Power. Like, when they were ending it, 10 episodes, then they gave us like a little month break, and then they gave us the last 5. I hope we get 10 episodes and then another 10 episodes, because here's the thing. It'd be kind of fucked up if they gave us 5 episodes and then made us wait that long ass time and then make us get the last 5 episodes. So I don't know. I would like to think we're going to get 10, and then another 10. But I would also be chilling if we got 10 and maybe another 5 or 6 in part 2. So, just don't do no shy. Yo, the shy, just a quick tangent for the side. The shy pissed me off this season because when they said that we were going to get a longer season and they were going to split it into parts, bro, they made us wait a whole year to get part 2 to season 6. At that point, you might as well just have said it's another season. Like, you might as well just count it as another season if you were going to make us wait the amount of time we would have waited for another season. So, yeah, Ghost, don't do that. Well, obviously, we know they're not going to do that, but Ghost, don't do that. So, now I want to go through some predictions, and then I'm going to end this video with my ultimate theory on everything. So, all right. Some predictions. Now, when it comes to death predictions, man, it's the final season, so things honestly could go any way, shape, or form. So I guess the best way to say it is, who do I feel like is going to live, who do I think is going to go to jail, and who do I think is going to die. I think at the very end, there's some people that's claiming that Tariq may die, but I don't think Tariq is going to die. Because I'm not going to lie, Tariq is kind of the golden boy of the Power universe. It almost seems like no matter what he does, he always, gets out alive and basically, doesn't face too many repercussions. So I don't think Tariq is going to die. And that's kind of the point of the show, is to show how Tariq is quote unquote better than Ghost. So I don't think Tariq is going to die just because the show hasn't really set up for him to die. So yeah, I think Tariq is gonna die. I think Tariq is gonna live. Brayden, I really hope he doesn't fucking die, but I do think they're gonna try to pull a wild card on us and try to have somebody from Tariq's side die. So there's not really too many people on Tariq's side right now. Like, I guess if you want to talk about who he has on his side as far as like the drug game and stuff like that, Tasha, Brayden, 2-Bit, maybe if Tariq and 2-Bit can find like, some common ground. And out of Tariq's side, there is a chance. I do believe that Tariq is going to face a loss this season. I don't think he's going to go out this season. I don't think they're going to end the show without him facing some type of loss. And if I really had to put my money on it, I really say it's either going to be Tasha or Brayden. And I don't want Brayden to go. He's my favorite character of book 2. But the way that they keep testing, and also there was something in the season description where it was like, as Brayden gets into this bad lifestyle, Tariq wonders if there's space at the top for the both of them. I really don't want Brayden to die. I really fucking don't. So I'm thinking either they're going to do like a Power Season 6 where, Tommy and Ghost was kind of like, that's kind of what Ghost and Tommy's arc was throughout season 6, that they were basically going against each other. I don't think Brayden and Tariq are going to outright go against each other because they kind of set up this season to where both of them are against the world, but it does seem like there is still going to be tension with Tariq and Brayden, which it's like, bro, how many times can y'all build tension between the two? Because it's like, throughout the whole show, Brayden has always had Tariq's back, which is why I really don't want Brayden to die. And if Brayden does die, I don't want Tariq to do it, because Brayden has always had Tariq's back. In season 1, when Tariq came to Stansfield or whatever, Brayden was the first person to be like, yo, bro, if you get back in the game, I got your back. Season 2, he went on the stand and helped Tariq get out of prison. And season 3, when everybody was trying to shoot at Tariq, Brayden came in to save the day. So if they really kill off Brayden and really have it in a distasteful way, that's going to be a very big slap in the face for storytelling. And I mean, it's not like Power never slapped fans in the face when it came to ending a series, because I still feel like the ending of the original Power, it didn't get the justice that it needed, because in the original Power, I actually feel like storytelling wise, it would have served better if Tasha was the one that killed Ghost, if Ghost was still gonna die. So yeah, don't kill Brayden, but I'm not going to lie, I can see Brayden either dying or getting locked up. Sadly, I think he is going to meet one of those two fates. Would I want Brayden to live happily? just like I feel like Tariq is, yes, I would like them both to live happily and whatever, but I do think Tariq is going to face some type of loss. And if it's not Brayden, then it's Tasha. Kane, believe it or not, I think Kane might actually, because there was one person's theory that I kind of agree with, where they said that Tariq may actually leave the game and go legit, kind of like his dad wanted to, and that he might give, the game over to Kane. Like, Tariq is going to step out of the game and Kane is going to run the streets now. I can kind of see that. I can kind of see it. So I do feel like either, and I guess that is a happy ending for Kane. Like, I can see either Kane getting his happy ending like that or either dying. It's either one of the two. Drew definitely going to die. What's her name? The Tejada sister, Diana. I can see Diana going to jail. I can see Diana going to jail or being able to run away. I don't think Diana's gonna die. Do I think she should? Yeah. After season 3, I think everybody besides Tariq and Brayden deserve a bullet. At the end of season 3, I think everybody besides Tariq, Brayden, McLean, and Lauren might not even show up this season, but besides Tariq, Brayden, McLean, and Monet, I feel like everybody deserves a bullet after season 3. So yeah, most of these characters I'm hoping to die, but some of them has to have different fates. If everybody just dies off in this final season, that just might be a little too wild, because even in the original Power, not everybody died at the end. So yeah, I think Diana has more of a chance of getting locked up or going away somewhere. Drew definitely dying. I see Drew almost like Dre. Like, you guys cannot end the show without him catching some type of bullet or dying in some way, shape, or form. It just not happening. Monet, this might sound fucked up, but if Monet dies, I think she'll do it to herself. Low key, I think she will. Because look at everything that Monet has went throughout this series thus far, and even in the trailer, she screams to the top of her lungs like something horrible happened, and somebody pointed out something really interesting. She didn't even react like that when Zeke died, and we know how much she loves Zeke. So what is it that she's yelling about in this trailer that affected her? And I'm not saying that that whatever this is will affect her more than Zeke dying, but I'm saying it is interesting seeing her reaction to this compared to like how Zeke died. But yeah, Monet, I can see her either getting locked up or possibly having a happy ending. But if she does die, I do think she'll do it to herself, because I feel like Monet has been through so much, and it's not like we never seen self-deletion happen in Power like we saw it in the last season of Ghost. So I do think it is very possible that Monet, if she was to die, she'll probably do it to herself. And I think that's really it for a lot of the main cast in the show. Noma, I do think that's a safe bet for a death. Like, I don't think that's really I don't think that even has to come into question. 2-Bit and Tasha, I don't think they're either important enough to the series to where we really have to wonder if they're gonna live or die. So it's up in the air for them. If I had to say a guess, like I said, it's either gonna be Tasha or Brayden that Tariq is going to lose. I feel like he's gonna have some loss this season. So yeah. And then 2-Bit, I don't think 2-Bit's gonna go. If anything, if they're smart, they give 2-Bit a spinoff, because now that Ghost is ending, and with the announcement of Young Ghost and Tommy, I can see Raising Kanan ending soon. I think it would be best to give 2-Bit a series, because he is a character that a lot of fans are interested in, and he is one of the characters that I feel like embodies the spirit of Power. So I would love to see a 2-Bit series. Yeah, I would love to see a 2-Bit series. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have as far as like episode amount predictions and character predictions and stuff like that. Obviously, I think I will do like more predictions as we get more information about the season, because that teaser trailer is not enough to really make a lot of predictions off of. But here is my ultimate theory. And I know I'm about to sound like the typical Power fan, but I have different evidence that draw me to this conclusion. I think Ghost is going to come back. Whether I think he's going to come back dead or alive, I need more time to come to that conclusion. But I have a strong feeling that Omari Hardwick will finally come back as Ghost. And like I said, whether that's dead or alive, we'll have to see. But I have a strong feeling that he will. Because, one, Omari Hardwick never really posts about Power that much. And people were also pointing out that this week, or like pretty recently, he finally posted something about Power. Now, it wasn't him saying that he was coming back or anything like that. He just kind of posted like a fan photo, but that's still something because he never really posts about Ghost or really posts about Power. Then, in an interview, he did mention that Stars came to him to reprise the role of Ghost, and he said the only way that he'll come back to reprise is if the money is right. And if you guys noticed recently, Stars has been prioritizing money, and like I know that it does have to do with the Lionsgate thing, but who's to say that there isn't some type of link to try to get Omari Hardwick to come back for, you know, something Power related? Because if this is the end of the show, I don't think we're ending Ghost without seeing Ghost. Like, I think that's what it is. Like, I don't feel like you guys can end the show without Tariq at least seeing his dad. Because he always sees Kanan, but we never got to see him see his dad. And throughout the show, he has basically started to see things in his dad's point of view. So I feel like the only way you can really end this series is if Tariq has that full circle moment where he finally sees, like, you know what, I understand why my dad did a lot of the things that he did. So, like I said, I don't know whether it's going to be dead or alive, if it's a premonition, or either if, you know, or maybe Ghost does come back from the dead somehow. I always said this, before I continue with my theory, I always said that whether Ghost is alive or not really depends on ratings. I feel like that's the true answer to whether Ghost is alive or not. Because Stars can always bring Ghost back. Like, the way that he died, they can write it to where, like, Ghost really isn't dead. So, that was always my answer. Like, it really just depends on the writing and ratings on whether Ghost comes back or not. But, alright. So, yeah, he made that post. Stars, you know, they started canceling other shows that had nothing to do with 50 besides P-Valley. They got rid of like all of their other shows. The only shows they still really got left is P-Valley, the Power Universe, and BMF. And if there is anyone else, then I'm kind of forgetting it. But yeah, Stars basically started clearing off their slates. The recent deal with Stars to expand the Power Universe, the Young Ghost and Tommy show, which is something that Omari Hardwick did say that he was interested in doing. He said he always wanted to tell Ghost's story, so I can see him coming back for that. And also, some people said that they spotted Omari Hardwick out in Chicago while they're filming season 3 of Force. So I'm saying all this to say that I have a strong feeling that either in this final season of Power, or either in this final season of Ghost, or either next season of Force, we are going to see Ghost again. I feel like it's very soon that we are going to see Ghost again. And this isn't me trying to be the typical Power fan, like, oh, Ghost isn't really dead. Ghost isn't really dead. No. For the longest, I never cared about this debate. For the longest, I just basically sat back, chilled, and appreciated what we got for right now. But I'm just saying that with every piece of information that we're getting recently, I do think it's not without, you know, out of the realm that Ghost will be back, because I have a strong feeling that he will be. Actually, I'm standing 10 toes on this shit. I'm saying it right now. Ghost is going to be back. Whether dead or alive, I'll give another prediction to that as time gets closer. But I believe that Ghost will be back, and that is a strong prediction that I have for this final season, because I feel like we can't go without Ghost not being in this. Omari Hardwick gotta be somewhere in this. And best believe, when he shows up, I'm gonna be hype as hell. I'm gonna be fucking hype. But yeah, that's pretty much all that I wanted to talk about for this week's episode. Like I said, it's not going to be, like I said, this wasn't going to be a long one because this was really just me as a Power fan just wanting to express more Power related stuff. And yeah, like I said, even though I didn't have too much inspiration to talk about stuff, I will try to be back on my consistent shit next week. So try to expect an episode next week. I don't know what I'll talk about. Eventually I'll think of something, but you know, I'll think of something to talk about. And also Power fans, you know, I love Power. I love the community, even though y'all be annoying as hell with this Breeze shit, and even though sometimes y'all come up with the most stupid predictions I've ever seen. You know, I love this Power community. I love the Power universe. So if you guys are a Power fan just like me, leave your thoughts and predictions down in the comments. Do you think Ghost is going to come back? What is some early predictions you have for season 4? How many episodes do you think season 4 of Ghost will have? And I don't know, what spinoff would you like to have in, you know, the Power universe? Because since this is a whole universe, like, I kind of hate that Power has a universe, because truth be told, it's really just about drug dealers. Like, how many different stories can you tell when it comes to drug dealers? But you know, what stories would you like to be told? You know, I kind of want that Rashad Tate spinoff to come back, because I do think it would be an interesting thing to not have much of a drug-related Power show, like to have it be about politics and how dirty, like, the political game is, almost just as much as the drug game, except less killing and stuff like that. I would love to see the Rashad Tate show. There's also a rumored London series that is supposed to come out, so we'll see if that happens. But there was also other things, like Courtney Kemp said that she always wanted to do a Proctor series. Do you think we could get a Proctor prequel? They also did set up Alicia Marie to come after Tommy in the future. Do you think we'll get a Lisa Marie show? Do you think we'll get a 2-Bit show? Like, what show would you like to see now that they're expanding the Power universe? But all right, man, I could talk about Power forever, but I need to stop myself. So all right, y'all, this was another episode of the Hater to Love It podcast. I hope y'all liked it. Like I said, Power fans, comment down below. Even people that don't even know Power that subscribe to me, check out Power, bro. It's one of the best shows ever. If you love me, then I believe that you guys will love Power. So yeah. All right, enough talking, man. I'll catch y'all on the next one. It's Tevin Jameer signing out.